Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this December the 10th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Sunday out there so far. Everybody has a great Sunday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Also, the weather radar across the nation. Also, take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory map for your locating across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm report that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to take a look at the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar. So stick around to the entire video and do not miss a beat of this forecast. And if you're a new viewer and you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we got some mixed precipitation up here in portions of the northeast United States, from Maine back down toward the D.C. area, Maryland region as well, in Pennsylvania. Same over here in portions of Toronto, Canada, Montreal, and Ottawa, Canada, back over toward the southern Canada region, northern Michigan. Got some snow flying over here in portions of the Great Lakes region and northern portion of Michigan. So we got some flying over here in portions of New York City, down into West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Heavy snow possible over New York State, all the way up into portions of Maine as well. We got more snow flying over here in portions of Montana, back into Wyoming, Colorado, back to Idaho, and also Montana. Mixed precipitation in Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State. A little bit in northern Nevada, same over here in Washington, Oregon State as well. In western portion, a little bit of shower activity along coastal areas of Washington, Oregon State, northwest California. Otherwise, high pressure is in charge of areas of weather from southeast Canada, southern and southwestern areas through portion of Washington State, through portion of Oregon, California, Gulf of California, also into northern central Mexico, Texas, over toward the Florida Panhandle, Florida Keys, Cuba, Bahamas, up toward the Carolinas, also up in the portion of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, and Wisconsin region. Got some shower activity up here in portions of New Brunswick, down in the portion of Delaware. Some heavy rain possible up here in portion of Maine as well. All of this activity is for your Monday, December the 11th. All let's move on to your Tuesday forecast. As you can see here, we got some snow flying up here in portions of southeast Canada. Back over toward the Great Lakes region, more snow flying over in portions of Wyoming, also in Nebraska, back into Colorado and New Mexico. Mixed precipitation over here in portions of New Mexico, also in Oklahoma. Rain showers over here in portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, also in northeast Mexico. We got some mixed precipitation up here in portions of Pennsylvania, back into New York State. Also in the Great Lakes region in southeast Canada, around Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Canada, back over toward Lake Huron in the Great Lakes region, northern Michigan. Otherwise, high pressure is in charge of areas weather from southeast Canada, southern and southwestern areas through Washington, Oregon State, California, Gulf of California, northern and central Mexico, up toward portion of Wyoming, Montana, to the Dakotas, all the way portion of Wisconsin, down to Louisiana, all the way down to the Florida Keys, also down into the Cuba, the Bahamas, all the way up in the portion of Maine as well, New Brunswick and Newfoundland. All of this activity is for your Tuesday, December the 12th. Alright, let's take a look at the weather radar now across the nation. As you can see, we got precipitation falling around New Brunswick, through Quebec, Canada, Montreal, Ottawa, Canada, just east of Toronto, through Buffalo, New York. Also through Albany, Boston, back through New York City, Philadelphia region, also back toward Pittsburgh. As we continue to go southbound, and you can see we got a little bit of activity up around the Great Rapids region, also over toward Milwaukee, just east of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, also in the portion of northern Michigan. Same over to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, through New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Richmond, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Raleigh, up toward Charlotte. Atlanta getting some shower activity, maybe a thunderstorm or two. Also toward Wilmington, North Carolina. Columbia getting a little light rain. Also down toward Jacksonville, Florida, getting some precipitation there. Also down toward the northwestern Cuba region. Also toward the Florida Keys, just east of Miami. Also in the coastal waters of the Carolinas, offshore there. Alright, we got a little bit of activity over here around just in the Colorado region. Also, we got some activity up here around Montana, back towards Seattle, Washington, over toward Portland, Oregon. Also in the central and southwestern Oregon. Also in the portion of Idaho and also eastern Oregon as well. All of this pretty much remainder of the this is pretty much maybe some mixed precipitation and some rain in the northwest. Otherwise, elsewhere looks a-okay. Alright, let's move on to the Watches Warning Advisory map for your locating across the nation. Alright, we get a chance to show it tonight. Last night I didn't get a chance to show it. Alright, we got some winter weather advisories over here in portions of Montana, back in Idaho, also portion of Oregon, also into portion of Wyoming. Flood watches also in effect for Washington State. Special weather statements for portion of Montana. High wind warnings in effect for southeast Colorado. We have freeze warnings in effect for California, also in the central and southern Texas. Lake wind advisories here in the Carolinas, across South Carolina that is. Special weather statements for North Carolina up into Kentucky and Tennessee. In West Virginia that is. We've got winter weather advisory in western North Carolina, back into West Virginia region. Winter storm warnings there as well. Tornado watch remains in effect for the coastal areas of the Outer Banks region. Also, we have flood watches in effect for the Washington, D.C., Delaware, New Jersey region, all the way into Maine. High wind watches, wind advisories for Maine. Winter storm warning, winter weather advisory for Maine, stretching all the way down to Pennsylvania, New York City. Let's see, we got some flood watches also extending down, like I said, all the way down to New Jersey, all the way back into portions of even New York City might be getting a little bit of that activity. Storm warnings for the coastal areas of Maine down to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We have gale warnings in effect for the Carolina coastal areas out into the coastal waters. Same down here for west coast of Florida. Small craft advisory, gale warnings all the way over to Texas coast. Small craft advisory, gale warnings in effect from Southern California up to Washington State as well. Hawaii and Chain Island looks good, so some gale warnings to the south. Gale warnings around the coastal areas of Alaska. Freeze and spray warning to the northwest. Winter weather advisory for areas of central and southern areas of Alaska. Winter storm warnings there as well. Blizzard warnings to the southwest as well. All of this activity is over Alaska. Alright, here's the Storm Prediction Center overview. As you can see, here's all the activity along the east coast of the United States. There's those tornado watches in that slight risk area. Marginal risk along the other areas. There's activity in the Pacific Northwest. There's a slight risk over portion of Virginia, North Carolina. Same down here in the northern Florida region. That's where we had some tornadoes down here. We'll show that in just a minute. Martin, no MDS discussion. Storm report currently at this recording. We had 3 tornado reports down here in Alabama, Georgia, right along the Georgia Florida line. Wind report, we had 12 of them. 0 was high, pretty much over southwest, western Florida, the Panhandle, Florida, right along the Virginia, North Carolina line. Hail report, we had 0, so that brought total number to 15 this current recording. So that's your storm reports at this time. Elevated risk for fire weather over in southwestern California. And let's take a look at the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar. Alright, you can see here we got some shower activity extending from up here near Lexington, North Carolina, through Charlotte, North Carolina, back to Hickory, North Carolina, Asheville vicinity as well. Just east of Waynesboro, North Carolina, down into Charlotte. Into Sherrill, South Carolina, Camden, just northeast of you guys, towards Sumter, down toward Walterboro. Got some activity moving just east of Georgetown. We got more activity just west of Valdosta. That's Statesboro, Georgia. This line will continue to move east. We got more shower, maybe a thunderstorm, some heavy rain in the upstate of South Carolina from around Newberry to Greenwood, Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson region, and also over toward northeast Georgia as well. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. So enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos on social media. Tell people to subscribe to the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel. Love to have them. And we'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful Sunday evening, folks. Take care.